And I remember my period started in 1979 in secondary school. And like, unlike, I know some girls who just thought they were dying. They hadn't a clue what was going on. I knew what was going on, but it was just the shame. Oh, the shame of having to share something going on with your body, with somebody else. I had to go to the nun who dealt with strange female occurrences. Sister, shush. I remember going, sister, I think I need a stationery towel. She said, shh. Fan nomad Gildee. And she went off down the long corridor. Do you remember the long corridors that they had in every convent? She just disappeared down one of them. She's gone for ages. Then I hear her coming back, and then I see her. And she's carrying this thing that I can only describe as a baby's mattress. 1979, do you remember the pads? It was a huge oblong of compacted cotton covered in a kind of a netting with a loop either end. And on top, a belt. And she hands the whole lot to me and goes, now you know what to do, don't you? Shush. And I'm there. I didn't have a clue. I remember going to the loo for the first time with all this stuff. Do you remember, does anybody remember these belts? They were called ST belts, sanitary towel belts. Do you remember them? They were elastic. You just climbed into it. It was elastic around here, and it had a ribbon hanging down there, and a little kind of plastic hook on either end. It was kind of like a curtain hook. And then you took that huge pad. Now, you didn't so much wear it as you sort of got up on it, and you were sort of riding it. It was sort of like a sanitary pony. You looked like a sumo wrestler. Oh, do you remember when you were 13, you just wanted nobody looking at you, you just wanted to fit in. There you were, walking across the schoolyard. Younger women say to me, why didn't she just give you one of those pads you could have stuck to your panties, you know, a knicker sticker? Why? We didn't have them in 1979. They didn't come in until the early 80s. I always remember when the knicker sticker ones came in, because I will never forget the first time I tried one. I stuck it on the wrong way. Not the only one, not the only. Why wouldn't I? Nobody was explaining it to you. And the ads certainly weren't clear. It was just, ooh, body form, and people doing outdoor activities, jumping out of planes and horse riding, but and sailing, but nobody explained. Oh, I remember, that was my first waxing. A tub of curry. Oh. We did have a discreet option back then. We did have tampons. Oh, you wouldn't get a nun giving you a tampon, would you? That'd be like a nun giving you a dirty magazine. Here you are, just take that and put that inside yourself now. Oh no, even my own mother would not allow me use tampons, or tampoons as she called them. Oh, Anne, you can't use tampoons. They make you lose your virginity. I look back and I go, my God, was she confusing a small sanitary product and a big hard cock? Oh, there was all this taboo around tampons. Taboo pongs. Oh, and so then, of course, you're a teenager and you're learning about the world, and your pals are, you know, they're closest in the whole world. So you'd be conspiring with your girlfriends. Should we just go and try tampons? Should we just get some and try them? Should we? And there'd be always one girl going, oh no, I wouldn't do that. I heard about a girl and she put in a tampon And didn't she forget about it? Didn't she die? And then when they were putting the lid on the coffin, didn't the tampon come down her nostril? With a baby attached. In a way, all the fear was coming from the church, because back in 1944, when they were first going to import tampons into Ireland, Bishop John Charles McQuaid, the Primate of Ireland, went, "Sadaginish, stop na tampone, stop," and he wouldn't allow Irish Catholic women to use them until he got together a panel of priest and bishop tampon experts. And then they looked into the matter, and then they came out with this proviso that it was permissible for Irish Catholic women to use tampons as long as they exhibited self-control. You just wonder what kind of scenarios were they analysing in those meetings. Hello, fathers. Today, I want you to imagine a hypothetical Bridget. Now, Bridget is considering an alternative to her big, bulky panty pad. Next thing, isn't she leaving her husband and running off with a little pack of Lillettes? I felt a bit sad when my periods ended. Did anybody else? No. The one bit that I don't miss of periods is, Jesus, do you remember when they'd be late? Oh, do you remember that? And you'd have the calendar out and you'd be counting up. How many men did I sleep with this month? I don't miss that, but I felt really sad when they stopped, because I knew the exact moment it was going to happen, because it happened during cancer treatment. I was 45, and I remember I had a meeting with the oncologist, and he said, "Anne, you know what chemotherapy does? It shuts down everything in the body. It's going to shut down your ovaries, your periods are going to stop, and given your age, they're not going to come back." So he had told me that. I was about to start, but I had a gig down in Cork, and I'm down in Cork. And didn't that last period come? Yeah, and I thought, oh, last time on the blob. Last time surfing the crimson wave. Last time Arsenal playing at home. And I remember walking down Patrick Street in Cork, and I went into a chemist's to get the necessary, and I allowed myself a real moment to say goodbye to all the sanitary products. Goodbye, Always Ultra Secure, Extra Long, No Leak, Heavy Flow Pad with wings. Farewell, Body Foam with the high-tech, ultra-absorbent blue gel and the ultra-breathable top layer for all-day body freshness and confidence. Goodbye, just shove it up with your finger, Lillettes. And Tampax with that stupid bloody applicator. Do you remember when the Tampax applicator was cardboard? And if you had a heavy period, you'd put it in, and then the whole thing would just slip out, and you'd be just standing there with this soggy tube of cardboard, and then the tampon hanging there like a bloody cigarette. And if you're like me, you go, I am not wasting a tampon. Get back in there! Get back in up there! I'm getting 5 minutes out here at least! And then, goodbye, moon cup. I never used a moon cup myself because I had a hippie friend who used a moon cup and she never really got the knack. Oh. And you'd go into the bathroom after her and the place would be like an abattoir. So I just went, I don't know. I had a woman say to me one night, do not talk about moon cups. She said she has 2 teenage daughters. This woman had 2 teenage daughters and she was well into her 40s herself. And she said, they have me murdered trying to get me to use a moon cup because it's environmentally friendly. And she said, I said to them, what the hell is a moon cup? And they described the moon cup to her. And she said, moon cup? I'd need the Sam Maguire cup. anyway, there I was, emoting over the pads and tampons. And then the shop assistant came down, and he was a young fella with a cranky head on him. And he went, "Hey, you're slobbering all over the feminine hygiene products. If you're going to buy a jam rag, will you ever buy one? Otherwise, we'll ever feck off." So I just bought a big packet of Southall's babies' mattresses for old time's sake. And I went back to the hotel.